together, exposed it right here. See that wishbone right up front? Everybody see that? All right. So I'm going to expose both sides because we're doing the whole chicken. Later on, you're only going to do a half a chicken, so you only take out one side. Now, you might get that wishbone out whole, it might not come out whole. Not a big deal. What we are concerned about, I don't care if where it comes together here is left in, because that can always come out easily later. But it's down here, near the neck, where you want to get it out. That's what's going to facilitate you getting most of that breast meat out. Get your finger under there and just pop that off. See, it was already broken on top, so there's one side. And wiggle it around a little bit, twist and pull, out it comes, and there's the rest of it. You got most of it. All right, now, next thing that's coming off is the wing. Chicken's on its side, and I'm stretching that wing out. You cut up here, you're cutting into bone. You've got to come back a little bit. I'm over towards the backbone side. You get over here, you're going to slash into the breast. You don't want to do that. Just one little cut right there, and there's the joint. See how that joint pop? Right, goes right through. Now I'm going to take that tip off. Straighten the wing. Open the joint. Through the joint. There's one wing. Stop. 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 I'm going to take off the other wing. Same thing, backbone side. And I'm back just a little bit from where that wing goes into the body. See how it popped open? There's the joint. Take that off. I'm leaving the breast meat intact. I don't have a big piece of breast meat on this wing. You don't want that. Open that up, cut through the joint. If you're not on the joint, you cut through bone. Don't cut through bone. We have two wings. Now the legs. Now I'm going to draw this back a little bit so I get good skin coverage. And I'm going to come from here and get underneath that oyster. Down through the skin. There's my oyster right there. Put your knife onto it and just loosen it from that cut where that is. Now I'm going to turn over here and I'm going to get down to the hip bone, which is right there. That's bone right there. That's meat right there. I'm going to get my knife on the inside of that bone. I'm not going way across. If you watch how much of my knife I'm using, I'm about right here, and that's it. And I'm just going to cut that right down along the bone, right down to the board. So that it looks like I cut through all the way here and I'm cut to there. Now, take your knife and just cut. You see that big line of fat right there? First time you cut on one side when you're doing your oyster, then be on the other side. Now we're just going to lightly cut over that. That's where the joint is. Pop the joint. Now I just follow that along, and off comes the leg. That easy. And you see how the meat is on further down, extends beyond the bone. It's like a heart, the top of a heart, and that's the way it should look. That's telling me I'm right along my bones here, and I got into that cup. Well, I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Later on, once you get this technique, I'll show you how to get it so you peel that oyster out and you get everything out. Now, get down, there's your oyster. Get down onto that and get in under that oyster and stop there. Turn it, there's my hip bone right here at the tip of my thumb. There's the line of fat. You're going to go right along that. Just let your knife float along the bone. You're using the bone as your guide. And if you're not feeling like you're up against it, if you are too close to it, just turn your knife a little bit and work around it. Cuts all the way through. Over the top, pop the joint like that. Off it comes, and again, I got the heart of the meat. Now, these need to be jointed, disjointed. See that little line of fat right here at the tip of my knife? You got the same one over here. Every chicken that walks on this earth has that there. I don't care how well fed they are, they got a little bit of fat right there. You put your knife just to the drumstick side, you see that? And I straighten it. Don't try to do it like this. Open the joint. I go right there. I go right through the joint. Bring this one over, straighten it out. There's that line of fat, drumstick side, right through. When you start hitting bone, you're in the wrong place. Move your knife a little bit. Sometimes 1/8 of an inch is all it takes. Now the breasts are going to come off. We're taking these off without the bone. We're leaving the bone on the carcass. Now, again, you got a road map here. Okay? Any kind of meat that you take apart, I don't care if it's a cow, a chicken, a turkey, or whatever, that animal gives you direction, tells you where to go, shows you seam, shows you bone, shows you fat, whatever. All you have to do is learn how to recognize that spot, and you know where to go next. Now, you see the corner of the fat, how it comes up and it turns. Okay, the fat corner. Now we've got the shoulder bone where the wing came off. Now I'm going to get down along that shoulder bone. You see it exposed there? You see that bone exposed? And look at the way my knife is. I'm not having it up. I'm not sticking my knife in. I'm filleting this off. I'm going from the shoulder bone to the corner, or I can go from the corner to the shoulder bone. Doesn't really matter. You know, I kind of like coming towards myself in this situation. So I'm right down on the bone. I go to that corner, bang, there's the bone. It's right there. Come right up. There's the shoulder bone, exposed. Now, see that little white tendon right there?
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of your tenderloin. Now we got to get that off. So get your knife underneath. And here's where having that wishbone gone comes into play. Because I get my knife right in there, all right? I put my knife right in underneath. Take that right off. Now I'm going to get all of that chicken breast. Take it down, and it's just a matter of following down the carcass. Okay? I get down, there's my keel. Now I like to turn this way. I'm going to hold on to that breast and take it right off the carcass. Okay? Tenderloin's here, it's intact. Oops, come back here. It's not, well, it's hanging off that side a little bit, it's hooked onto here. Now, skin comes off, start at the low end. Pretty much almost pulls off. Stop. Okay, so smooth, we don't have a lot of meat left on here. That's what you're looking for. You turn it over. Now, the other side is opposite. Usually here, I start up on the shoulder bone and go to the corner because it's a little more convenient. So I'm coming down to the corner and keeping, the bones are staying on the carcass, the meat's coming away. I expose that shoulder bone again, get well underneath it, take that off with a tenderloin, just follow it down, follow it down. Off it comes. There's the breast, take off the skin. And fat. You can pull a little bit, but don't tear. When it stops pulling off easily, cut. And there's that chicken breast again. Tenderloin hung on, stuck on. You get a little bit of tendon up here, you might want to trim that off a little bit, make that palatable. If you have any fat, usually we got a little bit of fat along that edge. You can take that off either way. But that's it, okay? And here's what's left. Okay, bone, 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 bones everywhere.
Where's the keel?
This is the keel right here.
All right.
Okay. Like on the back of a boat?
Everybody got that down?
Okay.
Yes,
Give me-
sure.
Send it to you.
Yeah, great.